Hello everyone, Giltar here with two questions that are related. The first question is, Gundam model kits or Gunpla, what would you categorize them as? Would you see them as something more of an adult collectible, or would you see them more towards the toy or action figure side of things? And the second question that's related, what are your expectations for model kits? Now, the reason why I'm asking these questions is because of a couple of things. First of all, TC012009 recently commented on one of my videos and asked, and he noticed that on the side of his Alicia Unsung Armored Core kit that it says adult collectible, not a toy. And he asked me, do I see Gunpla as that, as adult collectibles, or do I see them more as toys? And then another reason why I'm asking this question now is that for the past few weeks I actually have been thinking about this kind of question. I've been trying to word it correctly, and I think because of TC012009's question, I found that sort of that eureka moment. Adult collectible or toy is how I would ask the question. Now, the reason why I'm asking it now is that I've put together recently my second Armored Core model kit, and I've gained more experience with other Bandai model kits as well. And I guess this is the best time to ask a question like this. I mean, if not now, when? And my answers to the questions I pose is that for question one, I see Gundam model kits as a hybrid. I don't see them as either adult collectibles or toys strictly. I see them as a bit of both because they do offer at least with the more modern kits, they offer a wide or a large range of articulation, of posability, of functionality in essence. And they also offer still the same fragility as a traditional model kit. They're not meant to withstand rigorous manipulation or handling. You can't play around with one as you would an action figure and expect it to stay in decent condition. They will wear down and possibly break. They're not meant, ultimately, no matter how much playability you can get out of a Gundam model kit, until the materials change for things like the joints, they will not get beyond the primary purpose of display. That's what they're meant for, beyond anything else. First and foremost, they are display pieces. So I do consider them a bit of both, a hybrid. So to answer my second question then, what do I expect, or what are my expectations for models, is that I simply expect one thing from model kits: highly detailed sculpting. Because again, it ties into my opinion that model kits are simply meant for display. Anything else that we get in terms of functionality is a nice bonus. Now, I know this type of question can bring some negative feelings, perhaps, some reactionary negative feelings, because a lot of people will view the term toy or action figure even with a pejorative connotation. They'll have this sort of reactionary, reflexive, it's not a toy, it's an action figure, or it's not an action figure, it's a collectible. I don't think there's anything wrong with something like that. I think, unfortunately, a lot of people do have some negative views on something like an action figure, a toy, or a collectible, because obviously we make that connection to something that's related to children or a juvenile pastime. And that's unfortunate because a lot of people are simply in denial. A lot of people get into different types of collecting or hobbies. I got into this a little bit when I spoke about, in my video about, what is a geek? What does it mean to be a geek, and what's wrong with being a geek? And I think one of the things with being geeks is that most of the time geeks do not think that they're geeks. They're simply just enjoying what they're enjoying, and they see it as that. And unfortunately, some people will just say, well, you're into toys, you're into model kits, aren't you a grown-up, or like, what's wrong with you? You're 14 now, you should be getting into other things, you should be growing up. That's just really unfortunate because, when we consider it, who are the people that create these products? They're adults, not children. Who are these people who are making these bits of fiction in books, in movies, in cartoons, in toys, in video games that are making that are financially successful ventures? It's adults, not children. So, I mean, ultimately, it takes an adult to make these things. Why can't adults enjoy them? And not all these products are made for children. So, that's something else I want you guys to consider as well. Is that please keep in mind that it's not about this question about, is it a toy, is it adult collectible? It's not about trying to put one or the other in a negative or positive light. I just want to find out what you guys think about model kits, and specifically also, what do you think about Gundam model kits? How would you define them? How would you classify them? Because I think one thing I've read a lot is that people, when they delve into other model kit franchises and product lines outside of Gundam model kits, they'll find some really good things to explore in something else. And often people say, wow, like, it's not a this or that, this isn't a Gundam model kit, but they'll go off to mention other traits or attributes that are uniquely possessed by something else. And that's a good thing, because I think if people can get to a point where they can enjoy something for what it brings to the table, and also recognize its faults, when you can truthfully look at something, then you can enjoy it to the fullest. I think more often than not, when you get into things like product type loyalty or brand loyalty, and they sort of bring down some blinders and shield themselves from certain aspects, and for some reason just really kind of blindly swear allegiance to something, that unfortunately does color their opinion and experience, and I do think that it sort of brings down their enjoyment of whatever they're into, because they're not appreciating the full range of what that offers, both the negative and positive. So that's sort of my long-winded question in my video. So again, do you consider Gundam model kits to be adult collectibles or toys or something else? And the second part of the question is, what are your expectations for model kits? So thank you for TC012009 for sparking this question off for me, and thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this and it offers something for you guys to consider. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think. And as usual, better yet, if you have the capability, please record a video response. And I'll see you guys next time.